to groom as your successor. Catalyst has found in a huge longitudinal study of women and men's careers that it's not enough to recruit women. It matters that you get them into the right jobs, the right kind of experience they need to put behind them in line for senior leadership. Some organizations have taken the lead in implementing initiatives that help women, like leadership development programs for women, networking programs for young business women, employee referral programs, diverse slates and promotion panels, and diverse slates and recruitment. Number two, try not to stereotype women's capabilities and contributions. And we might have evolved beyond the Mad Men, the serial, assuming that women will serve coffee. But do we still assume that she will take notes, manage details, and clean up mess? Now, this example of the 2008 financial meltdown had these kind of headlines, which is quite disturbing. Iceland appoints women to clean up male mess. This was in Financial Times. And in 2009, Forbes ran an article about financial oversight headline, Cleaning Crew, the women who are fixing the financial mess. And a picture of woman in business suit wearing rubber gloves, washing a chalkboard with sponge. Okay, sorry. Yes, this is the wrong picture and we need to act on these things. Let's not assume that women's expertise is confined to stereotypically female roles or domains. Let's give them the opportunity. That's what each one of us have to do here. Number three, no discussion of women in business leadership would be complete without talking about work-life issues. This topic is mired in arguments about work-life balance and traditional views about gender roles and face time. Face time in most workplaces is a proxy for performance. Somehow managers think that when people are at their desks, they must be contributing and achieving results. A recent Catalyst study found that face time does not lead to top performance outcomes. And thanks to technology and globalization, physical boundaries of place and time have blurred. And flexibility with time in thought, in problem solving, offers great opportunity for rapid learning, innovation, and creativity. Employers and managers need to learn to trust their employees to get their job done and not be so concerned about when and where the work is completed, as long as commitments are met. This trust, I'm sure you all will agree, is the foundation that encourages responsible risk-taking, learning, and growth. And our study found that flexibility, both formal and informal, is widespread across all types of companies around the world and is desired by women and men of all ages, career stages, and lack of flexibility is a huge barrier for women. Flexibility is the hallmark of employers of choice in attracting and retaining top talent. And my last point, constructive and enabling policies by government. Countries have come up with a wide range of regulations and laws that aim at having a positive effect on women and their availability to work and thrive. For example, in India, Sexual Harassment of Women at Workplace, that is Prevention, Prohibition and Redressal Act was introduced in late 2013. Quite surprising for many, but not so much for Indians because we've been asking for this for a long time. It makes it mandatory for all offices with 10 or more employees to have an internal complaints committee to address grievances in stipulated time or face penalty. Of course, the implementation of this is going to go a long way to make workplaces safer for women. And lastly, the introduction of the New Companies Act in 2014 said that any company which has a paid-up capital of rupees 100 crore or a minimum turnover of 300 crore needs to appoint at least one woman on board. These are policies that are very encouraging to see growth of women in the corporate spaces. And today's workplace is all about talent, and that's not new, right? And the better you are at identifying, developing, and retaining talent, the more successful you will be. The diverse the talent, the better. So do what it takes to build success on talented women. We in this room have the opportunity not only to be leaders, but discoverers. By identifying and cultivating talent that has traditionally gone untapped, we can live we can live up to the ideals of Catalyst vision, changing workplaces, changing lives. Take the Catalyst pledge and be a catalyst. And my colleague Sherry is one of such disruptors and one of such people who are being discoverers and encouraging more women to get onto the workplaces and start their own journey to being independent. Over to you, Sherry.
Thank you. I love the word catalyst. I don't do speeches. I put women into business for themselves, and I'm all about women's leadership and women empowering the world. And all I need to do is turn on the news. And a lot of people want to shut off the news. They're like, I've had enough stuff today. Don't want to see anymore. But if we don't know what's going on out there, we can't make a difference and we can't make a change. And I was sitting here and I was counting how many people are in this room. And then I was thinking about how many people were in that opening session. And do you want to know what? It is about 1% that actually do something. Do something. It's not about, how do I feel? That's too fluffy for me. I'm about making a change on the face of this planet now. We have no more time to waste. So it's, how do we execute? How do we do? How do we move? How do we support each other? Because it's really, I find, in all the countries that I go to, I actually, seeing I have a few minutes, let me tell you about where I came from. So yes, I'm from the United States, but I grew up to a single mom, and I literally grew up under a house in Boston, Massachusetts, literally under a crawl space, under a house. One pair of shoes at a time. And somebody went like this and they reached out their hand to me. And it made a difference in my life. I have 6 companies now. I've worked with Branson, I've worked with M3, I work all over the world. The Women at Global Change is one of my organizations. We have over 500,000 members worldwide. And I am all about putting women into business for themselves and into leadership and management positions. See, because the truth is, we have so much power that we don't yet recognize. We're literally 80% of the consumers, over that, per Forbes, just recently. Worldwide, we feed our kids. And I don't care if I'm in a village in Fiji and I'm working, and they're tilling the ground and selling the carrots or the potatoes, or if I'm in the UK or wherever I am, we are the consumers. We are the industry in the world. I talk about branding, I talk about marketing, all the different stuff. You are the market. You are who you're presenting to. Whether we're buying for our husbands, our wives, our partners, whatever, our kids, our pets, the house, the office, whatever it is. We have so much power. But yet, this is the 1%. And so I'm all about the 1%. And I go into many villages, I go into many places. I've built a couple wells in Haiti last year. I just came out of, matter of fact, I was in Delhi at an orphanage over here yesterday. And the staff thought I was crazy. I hid my hair. I did hide my hair color. However, it's what can we do and what can you do? And so, so many of these little sessions that I've been going to, it's great. I love spirituality. Please hear me. Every morning I wake up. Every morning I wake up, I meditate. Every morning I wake up and I say, please let me hear and let me respond with less lag time. Because we are intuitive creatures, and we hear, and do we respond? Or do we hear and talk ourselves completely out of moving? The biggest thing is, my biggest inner dialogue is working out. fight with myself all the time. I really should go to the gym. No, I can do that later. I really should go. No, I'm already dressed. I don't want to go for that walk. We do the same thing with leadership out there. And I find that it's women supporting other women. So not only do we talk ourselves out of it, do we talk each other into it. We are the majority. We are the power holders. So let's do something together. You want to do something together real quick?
Yep.
Okay. So repeat after me. I am essence.
I'm essence.
Oh, come on, ladies.
I'm essence.
I am passionate.
I'm passionate.
Come on. I am passionate.
I'm passionate.
I am fired up.
I'm fired up.
I am a leader.
I'm a leader.
I am the catalyst.
I'm the catalyst.
I am the change.
I'm the change.
I am the change the world is waiting for.
I'm the change the world is waiting for.
Because the truth is, this is the change the world is waiting for. And I always say, you're a citizen of global change by even being here, by networking here. You make a difference. Every drop in the bucket makes a difference. And somebody said to me, why do you do what you do? How are you going to make a difference? And look at all the stuff that's going on out here. And I said, you know what? Every drop I put in the bucket, eventually that bucket's going to overflow. And I don't know when it's going to overflow. I hope I see it in my lifetime. I have a daughter. She's 19 now. I don't know if I'll see it, but I'm going to keep adding to every drop in that bucket so that I can have a fulfilling journey. So many times we make it about the mission, don't we? I just got to get this done. And then I got to get this done. And even we do it with business. I got to get this together. Or I got to get this together. And we miss the journey. This is a soul journey. We are here to participate and be thoroughly present in who we are. And thoroughly present when we listen and we engage. This is your life. You may believe you have more, but this is the one you have right now. And you never know what one person can do. Because people go, well, what do I matter? What do I matter? I'm one person. What do I matter? But there are many leaders that have said that to themselves. And so your difference in your leadership is the difference. I mentor women. I work for a lot of corporations, and I take about 5 women that I work with a year. Work with other women. Women don't go into the boardrooms. I've worked with Steve Jobs when he was alive.